Guys, welcome back to your desk bound release. For today's session, all you're going to need is a chair or somewhere to assist with your leg up behind you. We're going to do a little bit of work onto the hips, onto the front of the hips, an area that gets really tight when we're sat down at our desk for long periods. So we're going to have the chair, or this could be a small table, it could be whatever you've got access to, and we're going to face away from it. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one foot and place this foot onto the back of this chair. Okay. Now, obviously, the higher you have this, the harder it will be. You can also have something in front of you to balance if you're finding it difficult to balance as well. So for me, this is a little bit low, so I'm just going to tuck my toe up so I've got my toe down. And I know it's a little bit too low because I didn't have a stretch onto this thigh when I got there. Now, as I've rolled this toe up, I can feel a bit of a stretch come to the front of this right thigh. Then once I've got that, I'm going to take my hands and place my hands on my hips if I can. If not, I'm going to hold onto a table in front of me. And all I'm going to feel like I'm trying to do is squeeze both bum cheeks and bring my hips forwards. So I'm going to squeeze both bum cheeks to create this movement. I'm not bringing myself into a banana back position. I'm just trying to tuck under my pelvis, squeezing my bum cheeks to feel this big stretch come onto the front of my thigh. Now, once I've found that, I can do a few things from here. The first thing I'm going to do is take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out, and see if that releases a little bit of tension. Again, I'm still maintaining this big squeeze with the glutes and trying to keep my hips forward. The other thing I can do is I can start to rotate to the left with my upper torso and rotate to the right. Again, I can use a desk to assist me here if I'm struggling with balance. Rotate one way and the other way. I can feel as I rotate to my left, I get a bigger stretch on this right side. And the final thing I can do is I can start to tilt myself over to the left and tilt myself over to the right. Again, I can hold on for support if I need it. Still trying to keep these glutes squeezed. And then I'm going to switch over to the other side so I can release this leg off. Go on to the other side. Really important, this one, for releasing off the front of the hip. If you've got any back pain or hip pain, really important one here. So remember, our first position is just being static, squeezing, tucking the hips under, taking our full deep breath in, full deep breath out. We can then rotate both to the left and to the right, still trying to breathe as we do this. Again, if you need support and need balance, absolutely fine, just hold onto your desk in front of you. And then we can also tilt to the right, one more tilt the other way, and then we can release down from that position. Now, just to finish off with a little bit of release from the front of these hips, we're going to come into a position with one leg forward, one leg back. And the difference now is, instead of having this leg up, where we're stretching a little bit more into the front of the thigh, we're going to have the leg down and work a little bit more into the front of the hip. So again, we can have our hands on our hips here, because we've got both feet on the ground. And all we're going to do is squeeze this back bum cheek and lift ourselves up and face up to the ceiling. So I can feel a big stretch now coming to the front of this thigh. And again, if I'm feeling confident, I can start to tilt one way and tilt the other way. I can rotate as well if I want, or I can just hold this nice open position for this hip. Take some full deep breaths in and out. And then swap onto the other side. I can go left foot back, right foot forward. Again, I'm just trying to load into this left hip, lifting my hips up nice and tall. I'm gonna take a full deep breath in here and out. Good. If I want to do my tilt one way and tilt the other way, I can. If I want to rotate and rotate, I can, but I'm really trying to just open up these hips, squeezing the bum cheeks, full deep breath in and out. And take a little bit of a rest there. Last thing we're going to do, just release off a little bit from the front of the chest. We're going to open up the hands, take a full deep breath in and out. Last one, create tension as you deep in and release all the tension as you breathe out. Guys, great work. That's your desk bound release done for today. See you in the next video.